Hey guys, welcome back once again. This is Shrikant Rathod here. Today I came up with another important topic called percent. The concepts of the percents are mostly asked in any competitive exam. So as this is the only topic which may involve with the any other topics like algebra, geometry, statistics and so on. So in today's class we'll be discussing about how to ease the fundamentals of the percentages and also what are the types of questions you may expect in the competitive exams. All right, so let's start with. So if I tell you the definition of a percent, so this is how we can represent the percentage. A percent is representing a part of an original value, and while converting a percentage like any number into a percentage, so we need to multiply it by 100. So that represent the percentage. Let's take one example here. It says a committee has 30 members in which 18 are men and the remaining are women. Women represent what percent of a committee? So I know that a total are 30 members here and 18 are the men. So now what is the how many number of women are there? Women are 30 minus 18. So that's there are like 12 women, and these 12 people are representing what percent of the committee? So that's this represents the part now, and the total is the 30 members are the original value or the whole, right? So let's calculate the percentage of women. So percentage of women, we can write it here as a 12 over 30 times 100, right? So part over whole times the 100. So let's solve it, simplify it. 0 and 0 goes out. So 3 times 1, 3 times 4, it's going to be 12. 4 times 10, it's going to be 40. So it says that women are 40% of that committee. So this is how you calculate, right? I have considered some other examples relating with this. So you may also get a questions to find the part, percent, or sometime the original value or the whole value and so on. So one thing just remember in this, whenever the question relating with the percentage, I would suggest to remember these words. So whenever the question comes with the ease, the meaning of ease in the percentage is equal, equivalent to, or equal we can say. And when it says of, it means multiplication. So according to the question they are asking, you can make use of this ease or equal, multiplication and other variables if required. Look at, let's go to this question now. What is a 15% of 30? Now they are asking us, this is the percentage and this is the original value or whole. So what is the 15% of 30? So find a part. We have the concept like percent equals to part over original value or whole value times 100, right? So a 15% is equivalent to, let's take a part here is x, I don't know which we have to find it, x over 30. Now solve for this x, so just do the cross multiplication. X is equals to 15% times the 30. So this we represent a percentage. While converting percentage into a number, we have to divide it by 100, right? So I converting numbers to percentage, multiply by 100, and percentage to number, divide by 100. A 15% in number, I can write it as 15 by 100 times 30. Simplify it. 0 and 0 get cancelled out. 5 times 2 it's gonna be 10. 5 times 3 it's gonna be 15. So 3 times 3 9, 9 by 2. So this represents 4.5. So 15% of 30 is equivalent to 4.5. I'll tell you the another way. It's not necessary that you have to use the formula only. So by referring to the question, you can solve the questions directly. Look, how do I do that? Question says us, what is 15% of 30? I don't know what that number we are, I don't know what that number is. Let's consider that number as to, while finding the values, consider the number as x or any variable. So I can say this question can be written in this way is like I can write it as what at the place of what I can write as x is 15% of 30, and I told is means equal, of means multiplication. So then I can write now here in terms this word problem I can translate into a mathematical equation like x is equals to 15% of 30. Same thing, we are like this expression we have arranged in this way, now we are getting it directly. So right, so solve for x. So this can be written as 15 by 100 times 30, that again you're gonna get it as 4.5. So value of x here it's 4.5. This is how you solve, right? Isn't it easy? Yeah. Okay, let's move next. 45 is what percent of 500? So here question expecting us to find the percent. I may go with the rule that's 45 is what percent. This is the part, this is the original value. So percent is a part over original value. 45 by 500 times 100, right? So just solve it. 0, these 2 0 goes, these 2 0 goes, 5 times 1, 5 times 9, so 9%. So what we can say here, 45 is 9% value of 500, or I can say 9% of 500 is equal to 45. So that's we say. Now let's how we solve without rule here or formula. We can say 45 is what percent of 500? I can say 45 is x percent of 500, right? Solve it. So you're gonna, if you solve the x, definitely you're gonna get in the same way. So how? Because this we can write it as 45, just do the cross multiply. Oh, before that one, percentage of x can be converted into number like x over 100, I can say, times 500. So simplify here, this 0 goes, this 0 goes, we got it as 45 is equivalent to 5x. So I need to solve for x. So divide by 5, divide by 5. So that's represent the same, the value of x is again 9. So for that is representing 9% of the value, right? Okay. 25 is 30% of what number? So here I have a part percentage, and they are asking you the what number. It means they are asking what is the whole number or what is the original value. 25 is what percent of the original value. So make use of this again. 3% is equivalent to, that is the percent equivalent to part over original value. 25 I consider original value here as x, and solve for x now. This can be written as x is equals to 25 divided by 3%, right? So how do we simplify this? 25, 3% can be written as 3 by 100, or we can also say 0.03, or you can write it in this way. So 3 by 100. So this further can be written as 25 by 3. Like we are dividing the number with the fractional, and whenever you divide numbers with the fraction while converting into multiplication, that that denominator term, that the fractional terms, to translate into the multiplication we have to flip it. So 3 by 100 can be written as 100 by 3 while translating the division into multiplication. So if you have, sorry, this won't be, if you have any difficulty with how did I do this, so please refer to my another odd video based on fractions and the decimals. I have explained each and every concepts in detail, so you can refer it for how to multiply, how to add, how to subtract, how to divide, and also how to compare the fractional values. All I have given in that video, please refer it, right? So now, here 2500 by 3. So 2500 by 3 gives me approximately 833.33. So this is my original value, and 3% of 833.33 is representing 5. So this is how the concepts relating with the percents. All right, let's move to the next topic. The next concept. So there are certain questions which expect you to know about the increase in the percentage value or decrease in the percentage value, or in general I can say the change in the percentage value. So let's consider some examples relating with this, that percentage increase or decrease. Better, let me choose this. Okay, so this is the formula, I'm gonna use it. So this is very simple. If you try 2-3 questions relating with this increase or decrease in the percentage, I'm sure you're gonna remember this. But how it gonna work? Look, always whenever I say the percentage increase is equivalent to the final value minus the initial value over initial value times the 100. I'm just asking about by what percent the certain amount got increased, right? So I'm not asking the after increasing what is the value, I'm just saying how much percentage has increased to go amount from the one value to the another values to increase, right? So here I have taken one example here. The cost of an item goes from $75 to $100. What is the percent increase? So see, you can look at here, $75 is my initial value, right? So initially we had, let's take $75, and the final value here is 100. So how do you find the percentage increase here? So I can say percentage increase, I can say final value, so 100 minus initial value 75 divided by initial value 75 times 100. So how do you simplify? Don't multiply 75 times 100 and then do it, then result it's going to be negative. You have to follow the BODMAS, right? First, this is in the bracket actually, so you have to work out on this part and then you have to do other simplification. So this can 100 minus 75, I can say 25 by 75 times 100. So 25 times 1 is 25, 25 times 3 it's going to be 75. So 100 by 3 represent 33.33%, right? To go amount from or to reach the value from $75 to $100, so that value got increased by 33.33% here. All right, so this is the type of question what we expect, right? Let's take another thing with the percentage decrease. It's not necessary that you have to know only the increase. We can get a question relating with the percentage decrease as well. So nothing changed, percentage decrease, the same concept. So instead of doing like in the percentage increase, we were doing final value minus initial. Why? Because my final value was greater than the initial. Now in the percentage decrease, it means your amount is getting decreased by the certain percentage. So if it is getting decreased, obviously the final value will be lesser than the what your original value had, right? So that's why to find the percentage decrease, we have to just take initial value minus the final value over initial value times 100. So this part divided by initial value times 100, that remains the same whether percentage increase or decreases. So but we need to change initial minus final for the percentage decrease. Why? If you do final minus initial, then you're gonna get it in the minus. So then you have to do it like like 100 minus that, and that's complicated. So I just suggest you like do it this way. All right, now let's take one example here. The cost of an item goes from $150 to 100. So initial price here is $150 and the final price here is 100. See, got amount got decreased, final price it's gonna be 100. Now what is the percentage decrease, or what is the percent decrease? So we say percent decrease, I can say here as the initial value, that is 150, final value is gonna be 100, this whole by 150 times 100, right? So simplify this, 150 minus 100, it's going to be 50 by 150 times 100. So 0 and 0 get cancelled, 5 times 1, 5 times 3. So again we got as 100 by 3, 100 by 3, so we can say 33.33%. So the 150 got decreased by 33.33% to reach a final value of $100. This is the percentage decrease. All right, there are like other concepts what we involve here with the percentages. Here is the tax or discount or off. So when we go for shopping and all, so we like to have some item whatever we purchase with the discount, right? And we also need to pay the certain amount of tax or the VAT on that item. So how the questions involved with the this concepts, let's see. Okay, remember one thing, whenever I'm saying the tax or the VAT, it means you are paying a certain percentage of the original value of your item as a tax or a VAT. So it means you have to add the percentage of the original value to the what amount you wanna pay, right? So that is what the tax or the VAT consider. And the discount, it means they are offering you certain percent of discount. It means like, let's say example, whatever the item you are purchasing is for the $100, but they are offering you 20% discount on that one. It means that they are charging you only 80% of that value. So I can say, yeah, I can do it in a different way, but the main logic here is they are charging you only the 80% of the original value what has been displayed on the that item, and as they mentioned it as 20% discount. So let's see the variety of question how they may gonna ask relating with this. Okay, let's take one example. Alma purchased a computer that costs $300. She paid $P to a cashier, including a 10% tax. What is the value of P? So original price here is $300, but along with that, she paid a 10% tax on this item. So what is the total payment she made to the cashier? So if, and the payment here they mentioned here as P. If she paid, let's take the amount she paid is going to be P, it's going to be 300 plus 10% of that 300. So sometime a student just get like, when they say the 10% VAT, it means they just calculate the 10% of that value, and they ignore or they forget to add up with the original value, and they say like $30 or something. But question here is how much she paid. We are not just calculating what percent, what amount of tax she paid. So it's just like we are calculating what is the total amount she paid. This is the tax. This entire is representing the tax or the VAT, right? So 300 plus 10%. So 10%, I can write as 10 divided by 100. Either I can write it in that way, or I can just write it as 0.1. So both fine. 10 divided, it's just a matter of simplifying. 300. So what I do, cancel these two zeros, then we got it as 300 plus 10 times 3 is going to be 30. So she paid $330 to the cashier while purchasing the computer of cost 300, as 10% was the tax on it. So the total amount she paid to the cashier was $330. So this is how the percentage involves. Any value of percentage they may, so the way of working here is going to be the same. All right, let's take another example involving the discount and other stuffs. Now let's take Alma bought a laptop computer at a store that gave a 20% discount of its original price. That's good. The original price of a computer was $300, and a total amount she paid to the cashier was P dollar, which include 8% sales tax on the discounted price. Now she is paying 8% sales tax on the discounted price. Now how much she paid, right? So let's first calculate, as they are saying 20% discount on the original price. Now how much she is supposed to pay? Let me write it as discounted price. Discounted price here, it's gonna be, see, I can write it in this way as well. So initially the total price here is 300. When I'm saying discount means I have to minus it, so minus 20% of 300, isn't it? So this is the actual how it works. So if I solve, 300 minus 20% can be 20 over 100 times 300. Simplify this. 300 minus 20 times 3, it's gonna be 60. she's supposed to pay $240, right? So after 20% discount, she's supposed to pay $240, but on this 240 she has to pay a 8% sales tax. Then the what amount she needs to pay here is, 240 plus 8% of that 240, isn't it? So how do we do? 240 plus 8 over 100 times 240. So simplify this. What we're gonna get here as 0 and 0 get cancelled out, and what we're gonna get here, 2 times 4 it's gonna be 8, 2 times 5 it's gonna be 10, and what we are getting here, 240 plus what are the value we're gonna get here. This approximately, when you simplify it, 4 times 24 by 5, that approximately gives me a value of $19.2. So the total amount what you're gonna pay to the cashier is $259.2, including 8% tax on it, right? So this is the way how we solve it. But my suggestion is, instead of doing this all the steps here, whatever I did to find what is the value of 240, as I told, so if they are say giving you a 20% discount, it means they are just charging you 80% of the original value. So you can directly do this, like 80% of that 300, that whatever the amount you're gonna get it, that is the actual value. So if you solve it, 80%, 80 by 100 times 300, so what we gonna get, 8 times 3 is gonna be 24, and this is gonna be 240. So this you can save your time. Anyhow, I'm getting the amount same here, 240 and 240, then just doing minusing and all. I would suggest with go with this 80%, 80% of 300, that gives you 240, and then add that with the 8% at the percentage and all, and solve according to the what they are asking, right? This is how they ask you question involving the tax, discount or off with the other concepts of the percent, right? Let's move next. Okay, so here I have considered, whenever, like, if you don't know the original value or original price of the item what they are talking about, consider that value as an x. If they are talking in terms of that, you have to find in terms of variable or something, we can just say whenever they say the percentage increased, then add that amount of percent. Let's take initial. Whenever we consider the initial value, it means I'm talking that initial value is for the 100%. Always I won't say that I'm representing 50% of that initial value or 25%. So I'm talking it of 100%. Now if I say this initial value increased by 12%, then this can be written as 100 per, if I'm writing in terms of percentage, this is what I'm going to do, 100% of x plus this value is getting increased by 12%, so 12% of x, so then it's going to be 112% of x. This is how do we do, like increasing by the 100%. And while converting this percent into a number, what I do, we need to divide it by 100, right? So 112 percent of x, this can be written as 1.12 of x, right? So another simple trick what I can say here is, if they are saying the certain value is increased by some percent, so convert this percent into number first. 12 divided by 100, you got it as 0.12, and add that result to the 1. So because we are already, this 1 I'm representing here as a percent, but I'm considering here in terms of number. If you 100 divide 100%, it means 100 divided by 100, that gives you the value as 1. So 1 plus 0.12, that gives you the 2. So here I'm taking it as 1 plus the 12%, I can, that 12% can be written as 0.12. So that's 1 plus 0.12, that gives me in total as 1.12. So this is the used when, if you don't know the original or the actual value and they are asking you in terms of increase or the decreasing in the percentage, we always consider that value as some variable, and then we add or subtract based on that, right? Same concept works here. If you are subtracting, let's take the, your original value is x, and that value is reduced by 12%, it means you are minusing that percentage from the original value. So what we need to do, we have to do 1 minus, convert that 12% into a number, so it becomes 12 over 100. I can say 0.12, right? So 1 minus 0.12, that gives you 0.88, or in terms of percentage, 88%, isn't it? So if you are decreasing your value by 12%, means you left with only 88%, or 0.88 in terms of number. So this is how we use percentage increase or the decrease concepts when the original value is not given, right? Of course, I'm gonna solve the questions relating with this. I'm just discussing the theory, what are the concepts you require. Once I'm done with all the concepts as I mentioned, I'll be starting up with the more examples relating with this. All right. Another way to look at the percentage increase or the decrease is to think it's as a percentage change, right? The percentage increasing or the decreasing, it's basically the change in the percentage, but we can understand or we can know that whether the percentage is increasing or decreasing just by knowing the value, the like how much is the initial and how much is the final value. Whether the final value got increased, then I would say the percentage got increased, and whether the and if the final value got decreased, I would say the percentage decrease. But that is at what I can refer. But in general, I would say this is the universal formula for calculate the percentage increase or a decrease. In general, I say the percentage change, right? So what is the change is representing? The difference between the final and the initial value. Whether the final value is, I'm saying difference. It's maybe the final value may appear first or the initial value may appear first over the original value. So that difference we have represented here with the word change over original value times 100, right? And this is the concept which really needs to know for the questions relating with the profit or the losses in the percentage problem. So we know that the profit or the losses is just a simple definition. Let me say, when we say we got a profit or when we say we got a loss, a profit, it's basically, when I represent about the profit is basically the my selling price or the selling cost should be greater than the production cost, or the selling price should be more than the cost price. So if I say selling price of an item should be more than the cost price, that is what we represent the profit. The profit is basically difference between the selling and the cost price. And when I say loss, is opposite. The, it the difference between the cost price minus selling price. It's just a opposite, cost price minus selling price, right? So this is how the definition of the profit and the loss. But in reality, the percent concepts whatever we have discussed till now, those will be involved whether the you, but you just need to calculate. Let's say they use a concept like, a person purchased the item for this much and he got, and he sold for this amount. So you have to consider what is his cost price and he what amount he got after selling that, and find the difference, and that gives you the profit or the loss, right? Okay, let's take some example relating with this. So these are the concepts or the examples which I have included in terms of the profits and the losses. I tell you one thing, if question is not expecting you to know what is the original value, if they are just asking you in terms of the percentage increase or the decreased or the change in the percent without knowing the original value, then I would suggest take that original value as 100 instead of taking some variable x. Take the value here as 100. So why I'm saying here, because I'm not interested in what would be the original value. I'm interested only in the what is the change in the percentage or increase or decrease in the percentage. If this is the case, I would suggest you to take the original value as 100, because that makes a very, that you can solve it very faster if you are taking that value as 100. In terms solving the 100 in terms of percentage, that makes your calculation very fast. So I would suggest you to go with original value or the initial value of the product which is not mentioned, and the question relating with only the change in the percentage. So that is the one of the, here I have considered one of the example relating with that. Now look at, a pocket watch sells for 20% profit. What percent of the sale price is the profit? Now they are asking us what percent of the sale price is the profit. a pocket watch sold for 20% profit. So here I don't know what is the value of that watch. I don't know the value. So then I can consider the value of that watch, and instead of considering the variable x, I can say it as 100. Of course I can do with the x also. I'll show with the both the approach, but which one is the convenient to you, you go with. So if I consider, let's take the initial value or the original value. If the original value of that watch is, let's take $100, and I'm getting the 20% profit, it means the your profit represent here is 20% of that original value. So right, so 20% of 100 directly gives you to $20, right? Now question is, what percent of the sale price is the profit? Now original value is this much and you got the 20%, it means what is your sale price now? What is your selling price now? Selling price, it's basically the original value plus the profit, right? So 100 plus 20, that is you sold it for $120. So now this is representing what percent of the sale price is the profit. So what percent of the sale price is the profit? So it means I can represent here a percent can be written as the profit is, we got it as 20, and the sale price is 120 times the 100. This is the representing the percent of the sale price as a profit. So 20 over 120, what we gonna get? So what we gonna do? 2 times 1, 2 times 6, it's gonna be 12. So 100 by 6, or I can say 50 by 3, right? So 50 by 3, it's gonna be 16.666 something, right? So this is what the percentage they are asking. What percent of sale price is the profit? Is 16.66% of the sale price is the profit. So this is the question relating with the profit in terms of percentage. All right, let's take another example here. A department stores took an average loss of 35% to clear their inventories of a stale product. So they are taking on an average loss of 35%. Now what percent of the discounted price was their loss? Now still I don't know what is the my original value, so I don't know what is the value here. Okay, so here what I can do here is, we can consider the original value of the departmental store was $100, or I can say original value here I say it is $100. A departmental store took an average loss of 35%. So if I say 35% of that loss, then the loss I can represent here as 35% of the original value. It means they got it like $35 as a loss in that selling. And if they are saying the $35 as the loss, then how much is the discounted price here? What discounted price? So I can say discounted price here, I can say here as how much? See, if your 100 is the actual price and you are losing $35, it means the price what we gonna get here, it's gonna be, I can say 100 minus 35, that is 65 is the discounted price. Now question is, what percent of the discounted price was their loss? This much is the loss and this is the discounted price. So what percent of the discounted price was their loss? The percent of the discounted price their loss is 35 is the loss over the discounted price. Though they are just talking about, in simple I can say they are talking about the loss over discounted price times 100, right? So that's what we can say, 35 over 65 times 100. So simplify it, 35 over 65 times 100, what we gonna get? 5 times 7, it's gonna be 35. 5 times 1, 5 carry 1 forward, at 5 times 3, it's gonna be 15. So then we can say here 700 by 13. So 700 by 13, what actually the value it represents? Approximately 53.84%. they lost like 53.84% of their discounted price. So this is how they ask you, right? Okay, so as I told, if you don't know the, let me just make it in another way. If you don't know, let's just go back to the previous example so it's easy for us to understand. Let's take, if you are not taking the initial value as an 100, the how do you can solve this? So if you are taking the initial value as an x, now question says a pocket watch sells for 20% profit. It means if I consider the original value as x, then a profit it's gonna be how much? Profit is going to be 20% of that original value, so that's I can read it as 0.2x, right? And what is the selling price now? Selling price in this case it's going to be x is like total, oh, sorry, what is this, yeah, initial value plus this 0.2, that gives you the selling price 0.2x. So we can say 1.2x is the total selling price. Now what percent of the selling price is what percent is representing the profit on the selling price? So the percent I can do here as 0.2x over 1.2x times the 100. X and x will get cancelled out, so 0.2 over 1.2 can be written as 2 divided by 6 times 100. I'm gonna get in the same like 16.66% approximately. So no matter whether you take it as 100 or variable, that concept, the final result is gonna be the same. So I prefer you to go with the value as 100. That makes our calculation easier. All right. Okay, let's consider another example. The cost of service increased by 15% last year and will increase by 20% next year. What will be the combined percent increase after next year? So I don't know what is the original value again here. You can go with 100 or x. It says like cost increased by 15% last year and now increasing by 20% next year. What will be the combined percentage increased by next year? So don't just say when the percentage is increasing 15% and then 20%, then don't just say like 15 plus 20%, that is 35% increased on the original value. No, whenever they say the percentage increase or decrease, so you have to solve it in this way. Okay, so now look, if I consider my value here, value of that item, it's gonna be, let's take 100. When they are saying increased by 15%, increased by 15%, it means the value got, it's like 100 plus 15% of 100, right? So that gives me a simple as 115. Now look at this value is getting increased by 20% now not the initial value. So whatever the value we got increased by 15% after 1 year, this result is getting increased by 20% for the next year. So then I have to do increase previous value increased by 20%. So what it's gonna give, like 115 plus 20% of 115. So what are you gonna get? 115 plus 20% of 115, that it's gonna be 115. 20% of 115 approximately we're gonna get as 23. So add them now, we're gonna get it as we're gonna get as 138, right? So the total result, we initially we started with the 100 and we got it as 138. Now what is the percentage increase? Percentage increase, then you just need to do 138 minus 100. This is value is representing 38%. So the value, overall value got increased by 38% combined, right? So if you are doing here 15 plus 20, you are just getting 35%. Why? Because 20 you are also calculating for the initial value only, not by the value which is increased after first year. So this is the way of when they say some value increase. So please go step by step, don't do the overall add or subtract the percentage together and then solve, right? So the value got increased by 38% in these 2 years. All right, so let's take another example here. A similar it is. Question: when a certain number is increased by 25%, then decreased by 31%, and again increased by 30%, what is overall change in the percentage? Very good question, and this is the most commonly asked question in the competitive exams such as GMAT, CAT, or any banking related. Certain percentage is increasing, decreasing, and then increasing. So what is the overall change in the percentage? That is the question. So now when they say what is the overall change in the percentage, of course start with considering the initial value as 100. So I had an initial value as 100. Now this value increased by 25%. So first, after increased by 25%, after increasing by 25%, what is it's gonna be? 100 plus 25% of 100. So I can directly say 100 because 25% of 100 is 25. So instead of writing, if you know, you can directly write that it's gonna be 125, right? So this value got decreased by 31%. Now we say this 125, okay, not the 100, decreased by 31%. So decreased by 31%. Can I tell you in the shorter? I'm just calculating the 31 is decreasing means I'm just taking you 69% of the whatever the initial value, right? So I can also say 125 minus 31% of 125. So if you do 125 minus 31% of 125, so what we gonna get here? Let me calculate it. Approximately that value after decreasing by 31%, it's gonna be 86.25, right? So 86.25, and the next, this 86.25 increased by 30%, increased by 30%. Now what is going to be your value? So I can say 86.25 times 1.3, right? So because that percentage as it is increasing, add convert percent into number, add to 1, so 1 plus 0.3, you're gonna get 1.3. If you multiply by 86, that's what you're gonna get the result. So or we can say 86.25 plus 30% of 86.25. So what we gonna get? 30% of 86.25, it's gonna be, I can say here as 86.25 plus 30% of 86.25, it's gonna be 25.875. So add that, add this with the 86.25, that gives you an overall value here as 112.125. So this is the final value I'm getting after increasing or decreasing. Now what is the increased or overall change in the percentage? So overall change in the percentage, I can say 112.125 minus 100. So always you have to take the final minus the initial. So 112.125 minus 100, what we gonna get? So we gonna get as 12.125%. So overall change in the value here as 12.125%. This is how you calculate change in the percentage or value increased or decreased or something like. All right, so this is the most simplest concept. Just don't add 25 then 30 and minus with a 31. That's going to be the wrong. If you are doing like that, then it means you are just doing it for the original value. You are not considering the value got increased or decreased, right? So be careful. Let's move next. Okay. Let's take another question here. Since last year, deaths due to the accident have decreased by 5%. If the current number of fatal accidents is 950, how many of fatalities were last year? So the last year the accident got decreased by 5% and the current value 950 is representing the 5% decrease of my original value. So what was the value, how many accidents were last year? That's, so I can say if I consider there are X number of accidents last year and 5 X number of accident like last year. So now this value decreased by 5% is giving me the current value. That is, if I am saying the decreased by 5%, I can say X minus 5% of X, this is equivalent to 950. Or I can simply say, if they are saying decreased by 5%, it means 95% of the original value is equal to 950. Or I can 95%, so 100 minus that's in terms of percentage, I am gonna get 95% of the original value, it's gonna be 950. So we need to solve for X. X can be written as 950 divided by 95%, right? So this is what we say, 950 divided by 95 times 100, because I'm converting that percentage, a fraction and so on. Or you can divide by 0.95. So you're gonna get the same answer. So we got it as 10 and this is 100. So last year there were 1000 accidents, right? So it represents the 1000 accident last year. Now 5% got decreased, so it got reduced to 950. So this is how you calculate, right? Let's take this another example. After 35% increase in the traffic, the website had 68,000 visitors. How many visitors did they have before? Here you may get confused here, why I'm not choosing the value for the unknown as 100. Reason is, I supposed to find what was the original value or initial value. They are not asking about like how much change in the percentage or increased in percentage or decrease. So they expect us to find what is the original value or what is the initial or the final values, like that. So I can't choose the value of X as 100 here. Okay, so I have to consider some variable because we have to solve for it. So after 35% increase in traffic, the website had 68,000 visitors. How many visitors did they have before? Look, if I consider the before, we had X visitors and this plus 35% increased in this before, that's representing 68,000. This is my current number of visitors. How do I am taking it? X by original plus 35% increased. Why I am taking? Because of this 35% increased in my original value is representing 68,000. Now solve for X. So we can say X plus 35% can be written as 0.35X, that's 68,000, right? So what do you get when you add? You'll be getting it as 1.35X is equivalent to 68,000, right? Some student may get like, how I got it like 1.35. So see, I just tell you, X plus 0.35X. What common you gonna take? You're gonna take X as a common. You left with 1 plus 0.35, right? So 1 plus 0.35, what we gonna get? 1.35. This is how we are getting 1.35X equals to 68,000. So as I'm looking for the value of X, so divide both the side by 1.35. 1.35. So what are you gonna get? The value of X. So X is equals to that amount divided by 1.35, approximately give you a 50,370.37. So number of the people or the visitor won't be in the decimal, so you can round it. This is approximately 50,370, right? So this many number of people or the visitors were last year at the beginning. All right. Okay, so that's it for the today's class. In the next video, I'll be discussing about the application of the percentage, that is a simple interest and the compound interest. So please follow with this, and before referring to that one, go through the topics which I have discussed in this. All right. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Thank you.